Fulham 2, Liverpool 2, how embarrassing. Honestly awful. Today was something else. And, that late goal at the end, I think, will distract a lot of people from the talking points of the game. Everyone will go, did you see that goal? What a strike from Reed. As it was, by the way, great goal. Probably goal of the season. But I'm going to touch on in a minute just how kind of stoppable that was. Honestly, I believe that was so preventable. But I'll come on to that in a second because we'll be there all night talking that one. Let me know your thoughts down below. It was an awful performance. Don't let that wonder goal at the end take all the highlights and all the... That was shocking in that first half. I put on Twitter at half-time, Arne Slot has got 45 minutes to save his... Not career, bit far. To save his Liverpool managerial job. 45 minutes to change it and do something. Shouldn't be 45 minutes against Fulham though, should it? It should be the start of the season. Should be the first game, second game. We are so far behind, it's untrue. There is a lack of style. There's a lack of identity. There's a lack of a route to goal. There's a lack of a repeatable formula that we can, as I say, replicate every game. Teams know how to play us. Teams don't know... Teams know how to play us more than we know how we play. It's mental. How on earth are we trying to score goals? Tell me right now. If you are Arne Slot in, if you are backing this manager, and I must just say I've got one game left. I've got one game left with this guy. If you are Arne Slot in to a large extent, tell me now, where's our next goal coming from? Do you know? Do you know how we want to score goals? Because I can tell you how Fulham want to score goals, and my God, did they score a good one today. Two good ones, in fact. That first Fulham goal was fantastic. I could only dream of us scoring that. Great bit of link-up play from the striker, Jimenez dropping deep. Lovely flick. Canate just wanders with him. Why would you go into that space? Why would you lock onto him there when there's clearly no one behind you? And I think Gravenberch is partly at fault here, or whoever that midfield player was, I need to re-watch it, for not covering the space. There was so much room for Jimenez to run into there. Flicks it off to him, to Wilson. What a great finish. Our old player scoring against us. He's meant to be a Liverpool-like flop. Scored against us today to get a point. Oh my God. Fulham deserved it. Absolutely deserved it. We have no balance. We have no system. It's mental, isn't it? I feel like when a team don't do very well, like the main criticism is, our system's not very good. It's like, well, we can't really work out what we're trying to do. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it feels like a template, annoying, like a template negative saying, "Oh, no system." I'm dead serious. We have no system. Like, it's beyond salvageable. This from this guy. Someone just said there's Zayn with no threat. There's no threat. It's mental, isn't it? What do you reckon he thinks in training when he sleeps? I know I'm going to set up against Arsenal, Fulham. We're going to do this. We're going to keep it the exact same every week and just hope something works. What is it? One sec. Yeah, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Am I lagging, by the way? I hope I'm not. Looks like I'm lagging a bit on there. Is that maybe just my camera? Yeah, you're doing the same thing every week, mate, and nothing's happening. Change something now, tomorrow. Do it now, not yesterday. Yesterday's been and gone, as of the last 4 months. And do you know the crazy thing? Liverpool are fourth. Fourth? What the hell? Oh, are we third now? Oh, sorry, we're fifth now, because Chelsea game. Maybe we're fifth. I think that reflects on the league, I'll be honest with you. Talk about Engamo. I mean, we could talk about every single player under the frigging sun tonight, because I'm in one of them moods. Engamoa, it's like you go back to the previous game. Engamoa should be playing more than 5 minutes. Oh, was it 12 minutes against Leeds? He should be playing more than that. But he isn't. Engamoa shouldn't be one of our best players right now. Most exciting, most lively, but he is. If those two things line up, play him. We're not joking around now. Play the best players. Play the players who deserve to play. Engamoa doesn't deserve to play less than Gakpo. Does he really? Why is that? Why is that? Tell me now. I don't know. Engamoa's played 10 minutes all month. People go, oh, Engamoa's played 10 minutes against Leeds. No. He's played 10 minutes of December and January combined. That's not on. Send him out on loan now. Do it now. Do it tonight. Do it while I'm on live. Engamoa deserves football. He's not been playing. All you're going to do is hinder and halt his progression, his career, just because you are too proud. You don't want to drift out of your... Oh my God, you don't dare play anyone out of the 13 players who you play every single week. Imagine playing someone else. That'd be a laugh. Play Chiesa for he's played 6 minutes. Don't worry, 6 minutes. Go and win us the game, Federico. You got 6 minutes to go and prove yourself. And the best part is Chiesa, right? I'm giving you 6 minutes. If you go and score, I'm going to bench you the week after, and then you'll get 5 minutes. What kind of a backwards mentality is that? I'm surprised Chiesa's still here. I'm surprised we are on the 4th of Jan and Chiesa's still coming on. Pack your bag. Seriously. Go. I wish you all the best. You don't deserve to play here, Chiesa. You don't deserve what Arne Slot's given you. Arne Slot, I've said so many times now, he thinks he's better than Chiesa. His style of play is meant to be better than Chiesa. I'd probably concede. It should be. We should be. Like, this is without disrespecting Chiesa, right? Liverpool's first 11, our best team, we should be better than Chiesa, in my opinion. Whether you think that's harsh or not, I don't care. We should be. The reality is, we aren't. Right now, we're so far away from what we should be doing here. It's untrue. Right? Where's the centre-back? You tell me, mate. You tell me. We're on the 4th, 5th? 4th of Jan, no centre-half my way. I don't see one, do you? It's a big issue. I mean, someone said McAllister there. I thought McAllister had another poor game, and this is game upon game now. It's becoming mental. And actually, McAllister today was playing in a very different role to what we normally see. We've seen McAllister play as a 10. We've seen him play as an 8 this year. I don't know about you. Just let me know in the comments. I thought he was more of a number 6 today, McAllister. He was sitting very deep, wasn't he? He was deeper than Gravenberch at times today, and he was certainly deeper than Curtis Jones. Now, Curtis Jones was playing more of a left 8 at times, more of a left 10 at times, with Wirtz coming more central. Did it work? I don't know. We didn't win, so did it? Was our performance today better than the last game, or the last game? No. So I'm inclined to believe it didn't work. Please do leave a like if you are new around here and do enjoy the content. Thank you very much. We're trying to get to 200 people in this live stream. I want to make this community the biggest Liverpool community going. We're going to catch Redmen and Anfield thingy crap, and come on, we're going to do this together. Leave a like. It's entirely free. Gets the video pushed out to more people. Thank you very much in advance. Hope I'm not lagging. It looks lagging on my screen. Hope it's all right for you all. Should we talk about the first goal that we conceded? Don't worry, we're not going to talk about the one we scored because it was crap. The first goal we conceded, whose fault is that? Let me know in the comments. Is it Konate's fault? Is it Van Dijk's fault? Is it Gravenberch's fault? Is it Alisson's fault? I think you could definitely make an argument for that. Here's where I am with this. I think I've seen it back like twice. I don't want to watch that game ever again. Konate was dragged out. He shouldn't have been. Van Dijk played him onside. I believe it was Van Dijk. He shouldn't have. Gravenberch should have been in a more central area of the pitch so Jimenez couldn't come in. He wasn't. Alisson should have got a bit more near, dare I say. I find it very hard to criticise goalkeepers, to be fair, but I don't know, it looked a poor effort to me. That's a collective effort, in my opinion. That's such a bad goal to concede. Paired with a brilliant take from Wilson and paired with a great run / flick on from Jimenez. It was a goal which I wish we would have scored. Now, Gakpo today. Comment your thoughts on Gakpo right now. Do it instantly. He's getting a lot of stick online. A lot of stick. And my God, would that not have happened if we'd have won the game? If Gakpo had scored the winner there, I think a lot of deleted tweets would have happened. And I thought it was... shoot me. Sorry. I don't think Gakpo was terrible today. I don't think he was good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he was good. Like, very good. I think it was average. I think it was bang average. He was being asked to do a role he's not done in a while. Certainly very frequent. I know he hit the post a few times, or at least once. I know he was offside a few times and scored. Was it twice? But I don't think he did terribly today. I think some players did a lot worse, in my opinion. Like, I don't think... Again, shoot me. This is my opinion. I don't think Wirtz had a great game today. I know he scored the goal. That goal was all Conor Bradley, firstly. Wirtz, literally up until... I was sat typing. Nothing was happening because that Bradley goal came from... I don't know where it came from. I sat typing like... Wirtz needs to take his chances. He needs to release the trigger quicker, more frequent, because he's kind of... Wirtz, for me, this was just after he missed the chance on the left side. Szoboszlai, that was it, wasn't it? Szoboszlai pings a right ball into Wirtz, and he's through, maybe not so much one-on-one, but he's definitely through, and he does his little touches and then just loses it. And that happens so much. He needs to... that trigger needs to be released, in my opinion, because he's good enough. He's mad. Of course he's good enough, right? What did I say then? Yeah, of course he's good enough, but he needs to either go himself or see a teammate in a better position than him. So many times, he either gets it muddled in his feet or he passes to a teammate who's in a worse position than him. Why is that? He's very gun shy, Wirtz. And I was literally tweeting like Wirtz needs to shoot quicker, and then he goes and scores. And I think that goal there will warp his rating a bit. Give Wirtz a rating out of 10. Give Wirtz a rating out of 10 on today's game. I would find it very hard to give him higher than a 6, in my opinion. Maybe a 7 because he scored, max. 7 because he scored, but again, that was Bradley. I thought that was one of his weakest games today, Wirtz, in my opinion. I'm glad to know a lot of people agree at 5, 7. You know, there's no 7s for me, really. 6'2" Gakpo on corners, delete the club. I mean, Szoboszlai the first man a few times today, I was fuming. But then again, it's Szoboszlai, can't do any wrong. We need to get Maresca as a manager. No thanks. We missed Ekatika, didn't we? Yeah, I don't think anyone's speaking about that. We missed him big time today. What was wrong? Was it just a small issue? I don't know. I didn't even see. I was surprised. To be fair, I saw none of the build-up. I was surprised to see it. I was looking for him. I was like, has he done his hair? Has he dyed it like different haircut? Or I couldn't find him. Yeah, it's an issue. But no, I thought Frimpong was good when he came on off the bench. I'd have liked to see Frimpong and Bradley in the same team. We saw it quite a bit in pre-season. We saw it last week with Frimpong and Bradley. And I assume Frimpong wasn't playing because of maybe fatigue, maybe coming back from injury a bit soon. Probably keeping him fresh for the Arsenal game, which is definitely in Arne Slot's near vision. But at the same time, couldn't he have played a bit more of the game today, Frimpong? I thought we looked a better team with him on the pitch. Maybe only slightly, but he got the assist as well, whilst it wasn't a great cross. At least he's doing it. At least he's probing and making them efforts. Someone said there, Tom, why do we never cross the ball in? I know Frimpong comes on and starts crossing the ball. Exactly, we score a goal. I actually thought as well, you pick your team to play the team in front of you most of the time, more often than not. And Fulham's best player, in my opinion, whenever I watch them, and he was probably their best player 2 years ago in that season. Robinson, Anthony Robinson, I think is fantastic. I look at Kirkes now and I think, my God, I must feel like that's the kind of player we thought we were signing. He just hasn't done that. You pick Frimpong for his pace, for his athleticism, to mark or be on the side of Robinson there, and we didn't do that. And I thought he was a big threat, Robinson, playing as like a wing back as well, which was interesting. Don't know about Fulham in a 5-back though. I don't know. I know they've got a point there, but I think it restricts a lot of what they do best, which is counter-attacking football. Don't know, what do I know? They got a result there. Should we talk about that goal now? The Harrison Reed goal. There's 200 people in here. Thank you very much for showing up. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Please do leave a like. It's entirely free. And make sure you follow in for more daily Liverpool content. I'm posting every day in January, so do get involved. Let's talk about the goal. Firstly, was it goal of the season or not? I think so. Harrison Reed's hit a strike there that he probably could never replicate again. If he had 100 shots, it would not swerve like it did. It would not go in the top corner like it did. It was goal of the season, especially with the context. A match not winning, but a game-defining goal, I guess. Last kick of the game, pretty much. It was a fantastic effort. It's preventable, though. It's absolutely stoppable. We put ourselves in the worst position possible there to stop that goal going in. Should Alisson have saved it? No. Could he have even saved it? No, of course not. Alisson could have stood on that post, put his hands up, and it still would have gone in. It was unsavable. That's not my point. The shot was great. My point is this. Harrison Reed being in that area, unmarked, and having that much room around him, is so preventable it's untrue. If you look in the box, so it's a throw-in, I think. What's he called, that winger who's... he's got one name. I forgot his name, not Hendrick. My mind's gone blank. He's quite skillful. I think Robinson takes the throw-in to him, and then he plays it across to Reed. I'm hoping someone would put the name in the chat because I've completely forgotten what he's called. Kevin. Is it Kevin? I think it was him. Yeah, Kevin. To Reed. He has so much room. And I'm not just saying that to prove my point. He had so much room. To the point where he took a touch. Did he take two? Certainly one. He could have taken more, though. This is not just like edge-of-the-box stuff. This was miles out. And there's no one around him. And you look in our box. In our box were 8 players. And they had 5. Now, I agree to an extent, not to an extent, I definitely agree with having a numerical advantage there, having the superiority in terms of numbers in the box. Last minute, dying embers of the game. We have more players than you, good luck scoring. But to the extent of 3 more players than them, 8-5. Why they only had 5 players in the box, I don't really know. But it worked for them. Of course it worked. Like, they deserved it as well, by the way. And I assume that's not an executed thing. That's not a plan, is it? He just had a shot and it went in. It was amazing. But we could have stopped it. We went man for man. We had 3 players on 1 player. Don't know if you saw it. In fact, I don't mean that much. I'm getting the picture up just to show you. I'm going to have to hold it up to the camera light. Wait, hold on. Look at this. Honestly. See if can you see that? You can see that there, can't you? The player in front of Alisson, the nearest player to Alisson. There's 1. It's backwards, sorry. 2, 3. Player on there. There's 2 players here. 2 on 1. I don't know. Maybe if you went 7 versus 5. Great. And then put a man on Harrison Reed. Now, why has that happened? Is that whose fault is it, firstly? Is it? I'd be inclined to believe it's the player's fault. I don't think either they've seen it. Maybe they've gone, right, well, this ball's coming in. This is either a long throw-in. You look at the Premier League now as well. These long throw-ins are so frequent. Maybe they didn't expect it to go short and for a player to be on the edge of the box. But it wasn't like he was on the edge of the box. He was miles out. Maybe they just didn't see him. Is it the manager for not organising that better and telling the player to pass to him? I think it's the player's fault personally there. Again, it's a great strike, but my God, was that preventable, in my opinion? And I think that goal there will take a lot of the highlights. Maybe not in a good, not highlights in a good way, but a lot of the talking points from that game will be how good that strike was, and not between Liverpool fans how bad that performance was. Because that first half, the second half were marginally better. But is that much to go off, really? Second half were better? What? That's a miracle. That's the first game this season where the second half's been better than the first. But I almost feel like the first half were that bad, it would hard to get worse than that. Know what I mean? I thought the lack of intensity in that press. I've got to put press in like actual inverted commas here. Please do leave a like on the video if you're agreeing with anything I'm saying here. If I'm just talking nonsense on my own, it's entirely free. It pushes the video out to more people. We grow the community. You'll then get more videos per day because more people are involved. It's a win-win. Do leave a like down there and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you. Yeah, the lack of intensity. And in my opinion, I put this on Twitter as well. A lot of people disagreed with me, but I stand by exactly what I think. I need to see more from Florian Wirtz off the ball. Off the ball. We can talk about on the ball all we want, and that takes up the majority of my freaking Twitter feed and comments about Wirtz. Is he offering enough? I think off the ball, he needs to give more. Now, when we signed him, obviously we didn't really expect to be signing Wirtz. Really, we weren't linked to him. It was a bit of a shock. We're all looking through the numbers like, we know how good he is, but the numbers, he's in the top. He's first for most turnovers in the final third in the Bundesliga. It's like, wow, he's going to come in here and be a machine. He's not been bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he's a statue, but for me, I think he could offer a little bit more off the ball. I look at what Szoboszlai does. He's the gold standard. He is the A side here. And I think Curtis Jones offers a lot of that in terms of that physicality. It just, I don't want to sound like basic analysis here. Just intense running, like just the volume of running and sprints. I think that's what it is. I feel for Wirtz in today's game, given that he was playing kind of behind and with a number 9 who he's not played with before in Gakpo. I know he's played with him, but he's in a different area. He's more central. And for Gakpo as well, it's different. I know he's played there before in his career. We kind of signed him he was a number 9, wasn't he? I guess in the, was it the Euros or what were it, where he played more off the left? Anyway, I feel for him in that sense, but you've got to do more for me today. Off the ball. Fulham were playing against a really passive side in Liverpool today. They had 3 centre-backs. Was that a bit of a spanner in the works? Did we not expect 3 centre-backs? But I'm pretty sure in their last game they played 3 centre-backs. I don't know, I just thought it was so passive off the ball today. I thought Szoboszlai, it was one of his weaker games in a while. But even when he's having a poor game, he's still very noticeable. You can still see him chucking himself around. And the same with Jones, who was much more left-sided today. I think Wirtz for me, again, I was getting hammered on Twitter for saying this, but I just think Wirtz stands out a bit more than the others in terms of that off-the-ball work, in my opinion. But what do I know? Luis Diaz this one's from Football Lad 731. Luis Diaz was the intense front press. Even Darwin, Diogo. Yeah, I agree with you entirely. We've not replaced that. Chiesa probably the closest. I agree. I'm just gonna get a drink. Hold on. Just put it on there. Sorry. No, I agree with what you're saying. The thing is with Nunes, Nunes will, above all else, be remembered at Liverpool for failing. I mean, again, I put it in inverted commas there because he didn't fail, but underachieving. I think certainly, given the money we spent on him, I think he underachieved on the whole in terms of numbers, output. That'll always be the first thing you think of with Nunes, but such an important part of his game and what he offered Liverpool was his off-the-ball work rate. When Nunes were like having bad games, like running off sides, in the post, like big chances missed, yeah, you could have him for that and criticise him for that very fairly, but off-the-ball work rate was something you could never criticise Darwin Nunes for. Lacking intensity, not working, having the hump, and that was never something you could talk about Nunes for. To give him credit here, I'm not saying we shouldn't have sold him, and that obviously not. And Jota was exactly the same. Jota was one of the best players I've seen off the ball at Liverpool in my life, in my lifetime. Off the ball, Jota, wow. I mean, obviously on the ball, much better than Nunes as well, in terms of just output and variety and where he's scoring goals and doing it for us in big moments. I think the best player I've seen off the ball at Liverpool probably is Dominic Szoboszlai is one of them. I think Wijnaldum's another. Who is the best player you've seen off the ball in Liverpool? It's an interesting question that I've never really heard that one be asked. I think that Dominic Szoboszlai, I've really liked Wijnaldum off the ball. I think he was a massive cog in what we did that season. Henderson as well off the ball was great. Mane, fantastic off the ball. Firmino, I think it's between one of them. Before that, they were really like in that kind of Sterling, Suarez, Sturridge. There weren't any that really screamed out to me personally. I'd go with Mane or Szoboszlai. No, I'd go Wijnaldum or Szoboszlai. Milner's a great shout as well. But you get my point. We're throwing all these names out there, and only one of them's in our team right now. We're missing pace as well. Is a big part of it. I'll come to that in a sec. We're just missing a bit of something. For me, a bit of bite and aggression. And I don't believe these players lack that. Like internally, I don't believe they don't have that generally. They could go to another team and bring it. I think it's something at Liverpool. I think it's a deeper rooted problem which stems for me from the manager. I think either the players aren't playing for him. I'm not saying that. That's a big thing to say. I don't know. A lot of people's theories the players aren't buying it and they're not having what's going on right now. I don't really agree with that, but it's a coincidence, isn't it? This side have just won the title. As soon as it starts going a bit tits up, everything goes wrong, and everyone pretty much barring like 3 players start playing the worst football they've ever played. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. It feels like one bad game is rubbing off on the next player to rub off on the next player. Yeah, it's interesting, mate. But yeah, I think pace is a big one. Like pace is, we are lacking pace. Like it's gone out of fashion. It's all dried up. Frimpong, Engamoa, Ekatike, I think is pretty fast. Salah when he's running, Kirkez, they're our quick players. And that's not enough. One of them, and Chiesa, well, Chiesa and Engamoa don't play. Salah's looked, for me, a bit less sharp than normal. Kirkez isn't allowed to get forward, and when he is, Gakpo don't pass to him. So you're only looking at Frimpong, who's a right-back who's being played at right wing, who is playing every other game, because Bradley's playing over him, and then he was out for a month and a half with an injury. That's our pace, guys. That's fantastic. It's bad, isn't it? Like Frimpong, he's literally being played because he's faster than anyone else. He's standing out because he's running past players. That's it. That's as far as that analysis goes. He's just a pace angle right now. Dribbling as well is fantastic, and I thought he put a great ball in today for Gakpo. But yeah, we're missing that, and it's a bit of a breath of fresh air when Frimpong plays. Just to run past 2 players like they're not even there, like against Leeds, it's like, what an asset that is. What a useful thing that is for us. You look at the other side, it's like Gakpo is slow us out. Again, I don't hate Gakpo. I think he's useful. I like him. But one of his fair criticisms is that he's quite a slow winger. As wingers go, like winger is meant to be like you're nimble and you're fast, and the fastest player on the pitch is a winger on average. But yeah, Gakpo is not that. Gakpo's good at other things, which Frimpong isn't, but in terms of that pace angle, Gakpo certainly isn't. So the balance is really off. And as I say, when Kirkers actually gets forward to use that pace and uses it, Gakpo doesn't pass to him. I think that's one of the positives of playing Wirtz and Kirkers, is that Wirtz actually utilises Kirkers, and recognises that he's a human being and passes to the guy. I do think Kirkers though is a bit without his criticisms though at the moment. I think a lot of Kirkers ain't being passed to. He's not being utilised by Gakpo. I'm with you, but at the same time, Kirkers needs to improve his crossing capabilities. He's not crossing the ball, in my opinion, as consistent enough. Certainly not to the level Robertson were doing it 5, 6, 7 years ago. Certainly not to the level Trent were doing it. I need more output from Kirkers, and I will concede here. There's probably not enough in the box to aim for. Gakpo's missing chances, and we're running off sides. But I think in the grand scheme of things, he could swing some better balls in at times. At times, I mean, I think I actually saw Carragher today. Did you see that? Compare him to Darwin Núñez. Kirkers as a fullback. I think that's a very good comparison. Just in terms of being that live wire, like, what the hell are we going to get today player? It's frustrating. Ultimately, it's sad that we're sat doing a live stream here just talking negative. I've not done anything positive. Sad, that's really sad. But what are the positives today? Give me a positive. I challenge you to put me a positive in there. I can think of... I don't know. Genuinely. Do you know I thought I had a good game? On the ball. Off the ball we'll talk about later, because actually the first goal, he was probably more at fault for that goal than anyone else. But I thought on the ball, very similar to his Leeds performance, Konate. And Albi's just put in the chat as well with Konate. I think on the ball, the last 2 games, and granted it's Fulham and Leeds. Not pulling up trees here. Just some of them little clip balls he's doing over the top into mainly Szoboszlai have been really welcome in my opinion. Now, Konate, whenever he lines up to play a long ball, I'm thinking just pass to Van Dijk here, or pass to Szoboszlai, please. But now he's clipped a few over recently and they've worked. He did one today that was really good. But I would say on the whole, his passing's pretty poor. But the last 2 games, he's been all right, actually. Maybe better than Van Dijk at times. But I'm still not sold on him. Unfortunately, just because you've done a few passes does not mean that I'm in on you. Sorry. Frimpong 3 assists in the last 3. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think a lot of people, if you go back a few months when we talk about the idea of Salah being out with AFCON, and then you probably didn't factor in actually Salah being out of form and being dropped out of the team, and it's like he's missed a big chunk of games there, Salah, and will continue to miss them because of AFCON. You go back then and you think, okay, who's going to fill in? Who's going to come in and put the numbers up that Salah's doing? And well, Frimpong's actually done it, and he's done maybe better numbers than what Salah were doing, or certainly level. Like it's certainly 3 assists. Is it 3 assists in 3 games? I mean, Salah were doing that, if not less. So he's offering that to the team. I think he's offering a lot off the ball as well. Not that Salah isn't, but I think Frimpong, again, just that athleticism is so useful. Let's get some comments up. We've been live half an hour. I feel like all my thoughts are out there. Let's get some interactivity. Please do leave a like. It's entirely free. If you agree with anything I'm saying, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Michael Cooney, 4754. I'm a Villa fan, so I don't see Liverpool as much, but from what I've seen, the last few games, they are so bad. Slot you can't manage them. It's weird you say you're a Villa fan. We played you. Honestly, that's probably the last game we've played really, really well and deserved to win, absolutely. Like, Inter Milan we played well, but we didn't deserve to win. It could have been a draw that game, 0-0. Like, we played Villa. Maybe not battered, but we were all over Villa. I know Morgan Rogers had one shot that Alisson had to save. Mamadashvili, in fact, had to save on his left-hand side, top left corner. But otherwise, we were great. And then you've won every game since, it feels like. Don't know what happened there, but no, you're right. I agree with what you're saying. We've had a super chat from Lectin, one of the long-term members on the channel, by the way. Thank you for renewing that membership. With the 199, thank you, mate. Goal was a replica of McAllister against Fulham. Yeah, I think we kind of owed one from that one. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Jude, can you shut up, please? Cheers, Jude. This one's from Bavan Panisar. Is that right? We look so slow whenever we play. I used to be excited to wait a week to watch now. I couldn't really be bothered. Yeah, I'm with you with that. Like, I've got to do match reactions on here, and I don't know what to say. I just sit there. I'm like, what the hell do you want me to say? Emmanuel, he started midfielders and wingers positions. I think that is definitely a criticism you could make, is what I'm willing to make. I think it also indicates a bit of turbulence. If you're playing 5 midfield players, albeit one of them's a more attacking one inverts, arguably Szoboszlai as well, it screams to me like, we need to lock this down. 5 midfield players in there, and Tom Kearney's the best midfielder on pitch. And Tom Kearney's running the game. I'd say what I think. We have so many players playing in zones. We don't have a defensive midfielder, a left midfielder, a right winger. We've got Gravenberch playing in the area just above the defence. We've got Jones playing in the area above the defence but to the left and in them left channels, and we've got Wirtz playing in the left channel and the central area. We've got Szoboszlai playing in the right channel and a bit in the centre. Why can't we just have a player who can play off the left, off the right? Central midfield player, defensive midfield player. I think we're trying to complicate this a bit, and a lot of players are. I think Slot's been saying like, you're all good enough, just go and link, go and combine, and we'll get something. Wow, a $10 super chat. Mate, that's very generous. This is from Zoidberg1437. Mate, thank you very much for that. I'm sponsoring 5 people who will attend our next PL game and flash, "We are sorry, Chiesa and Rio, the fans." I don't know how the ticketing works. Send invoice. What? What do you mean? I'm sponsoring 5 people to attend our next PL game. How are you meant to do that, though? Unless I'm missing the joke here. Well, thank you, mate. Thank you for the donation. I'm slightly confused of what you're trying to tell me here. Another one. Payment after I see you on the big screen. Oh, so what? Thank you for the donation, Zoidberg. So you're sponsoring 5 people who will attend the next Premier League game and flash versus. How are you planning on doing it? On like a T-shirt or like signs? You do well to get. To be fair, you do well to get 5 seats in a row. But mate, thank you for the donation. I agree with your sentiment, though. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for Chiesa and Ngamo. They should definitely play more. I'm extremely worried about getting battered against Arsenal. How we're going to cope. I've written that game off in my eyes, to be honest with you. That game's done. We're getting beat. We're getting battered in that game. And ironically, actually, I said in my video, Arne Slot's got 1 more game. Just so happens that game's against the best team in the world, arguably. That's not on me. I don't make the rules. That's on you for doing it this late. Prediction for Arsenal, said Albi. Would you be surprised if we won 1-0? Would anyone be surprised? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think we get beat 3-1. No, 2... I think we get beat 2-0. Is what I think. I think they win by 2 goals. I think we'll be way better next season, even if we keep the same team and coach. Wirtz running off the ball is a huge aspect of his game and makes him unique. His pressing intensity will improve. See, I'm not convinced of them off the ball. I'm really not. The pressing's tragic after Klopp worked so well to build it up. Yeah. I get the impression that he's kind of... Arne Slot's slowly going back to playing a 4-3-3. Playing more midfield players. I mean, he played 5 midfield players today. 4 of them central. It's like, what the... Really? Wow, another £10 donation from the final man. The final man. I've seen your name in here before. I appreciate the support. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Mate, I appreciate that. That's mental. Hi, George. What a match. That goal from Reed was one of the best I've ever seen. Gutted we didn't get 3 points. Hope you well. Mate, I hope you well as well. Thank you very much for that. Incredibly generous. All goes back into the channel and supporting the streams. It was one of the best goals I've seen scored against us. Just couldn't believe it was so late on as well. Like, to get a result in the game makes it so much better when you put the context around the goal. Last kick of the game to get a point is like, yeah. Goal of the season for me, that, in the Premier League. Thank you very much for that, mate. Slot this season feeling like Brendan Rodgers. Well, yeah. Probably worse, genuinely. Rumours about Slot leaving in the summer. I mean, I don't know about rumours, mate. Yeah, have you just heard? You know what I mean? Yeah. Might be sooner, mate. Might be sooner than you think. I think Slot has a thing about wingers. Doesn't play any winger and plays midfield instead. Yeah, but he plays Gakpo every game, you know. He just weirdly wants wingers to be central midfield players. And again, I said that is a bit of a cry for help. He knows we're getting beat. What's the first thing you do when you're losing games? You shore the middle up. You know your spine. You improve your spine. He chucks 5 midfield players in there. Yeah. Sorry, one sec. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Another wow, guys! The donation. These are crazy. Thank you so much to everyone who's getting involved here. As I say, it all goes back into the stream and the setup. I mean, this is visual proof that it's all gone back into the videos. So thank you very much for the support. Do you actually think Slot? This one's from Jaden Plays Games 1. Do you actually think Slot will get sacked because it feels like he can do anything and the club won't get rid of him? To be honest, well, I think he can get sacked. I mean, everyone can get sacked, right? Anyone. Absolutely anyone. I think the club don't mind him being in there more so than any other manager. Obviously, he's got credit in the bank, winning the league first time round, but I think he's run his time now. I'll support him, of course. I think even if you are like Slot out or a manager out, I find it very weird if you actually want us to lose to prove your point. Do you know what I mean by that? A manager out, yeah, come on, Fulham, let's go. Let's get him gone. Like, no, you back your team. And I'll support us even if he stays, because that's the club, right? But no, I think he will get sacked eventually. And I think it's kind of, we're prolonging that. And I think the owners need to seriously weigh up where we are right now. Thank you for the donation though, mate. Thank you for the £5. How are we fourth? Mental, isn't it? I think that reflects more on the league, to be fair, more than us. He didn't have any attackers. Yeah, Chiesa and Engamo, mate. They played 10 minutes combined. Lozano, mate, how are you? Hope you're well. Another €2 donation, mate. Thank you so much. James Gallagher, 1823. I recognise that name. Hello, mate. I'm so tired of it. Slot's way too stubborn. James, I agree. He needs to change something now. It's mental, isn't it? I was sat here on the 4th of Jan and nothing's changed. The same game every week, the same performance, the same system, the same identity, or lack of. And Finn, I mean, that's the main point here. I can't sit here and tell you now and look at you and say, like, I'm honestly out, you know, he's got to go and, like, I want him gone tomorrow. Get him gone. It's time to go. But, I mean, the reason for that is there's no one to replace him. I don't think there's an obvious replacement. I mean, people are throwing, like, Maresca at me. Like, really, that's not the answer. That's not the answer. If there was an obvious replacement there, then he goes probably now. But there isn't. I mean, the manager market is horrendous. So bad. And honest, that's part of that, unfortunately. I miss when we pressed and had identity is the main one. That's the main buzzword for me. I keep saying it, but like the pattern of play, we don't have a style in that. You know how Bournemouth want to go and score a goal. You know how Leeds want to go and score a goal now with Calvert-Lewin and swinging it in. You know how Fulham today want to score a goal. It's a template Fulham goal, that. Not the screamer. I mean the first one. How do we score a goal? I don't see it. Apart from Ekatike doing something off his own back. Or a free kick from something. Where is that repeatable formula coming from? For so long now we had a Liverpool counter-attack from Alisson all the way forward to Salah or Mane. For so long now we had a Trent cross into Mane at the back post, a Robertson cross to Salah. Salah cutting inside and shooting onto his left foot, far left. So many different... Coutinho cutting onto his right. Since I've been alive, there have been so many formulas of scoring goals, and I can't name like one right now. I don't know what it is. It's Ekatike doing something on his own. That is our repeatable formula. But the weird thing is that's not repeatable. Do you get my point? Another donation, guys. This is incredibly generous. There's been 8 super chats here. Thank you so much. Again, it all goes back into the... I keep saying that, but it's true. I'm not just like taking it and going out on Lash tonight. It all goes back into this. John Glosson 1319. Have followed you on TikTok and appreciate your balanced but honest takes. Keep going, mate. Slot out. Slot out. Mate, I appreciate it. Thank you, John. It's amazing how many people come from TikTok, really. It's a very powerful app, but the longevity of TikTok's non-existent, really. We've had another super chat, and it's 200 of something. What is Kez? I know it's a film, but what is it? What could that be? Korean? No. Maybe Korean. Kez. Maybe take a break to Ven? You've lost me, mate. You've lost me. Is that a place? I meant to say Venice because I've been there. It was very good. I've been to Vienna as well, weirdly, so maybe you typo for that. But thank you very much for the donation. Kenyan, someone said there. Interesting. Thank you very much for that, mate. I really appreciate that. From AIKWEZ. It's £1.15. Mate, it's all gone back into the setup. It's all gone back in. Thank you. Would you take clock back? No. Identity under Rodgers. Yeah, it's like, would you rather play worse football but know how you're playing it, or play better football but not know how you're playing it? That's what we're doing right now in the... Yeah, it's mental. Kenyan shilling, is that actually what it is? Can't be that. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but then again, I do think Soboslai's our best taker. And I don't think Gakpo's a bad corner taker. I really don't. Listen, corners at least, like attacking corners are at least of our worries right now. My throat is killing. Right, we've been live for 40 minutes. My water is gone, so I'm going to have to get a drink and I'm going to end the stream. I've enjoyed this stream. 42 minutes gone. I love these match reaction streams. These will never go anywhere. I tried a live watch along last week. Didn't really enjoy it. I had to end it at half time. I was like, ugh. I just wanted to, because I had no sound. I wanted to hear the game. So these will always be here. This one's a bit later than normal because I was watching the Man City game. But normally it's about half an hour after full time, an hour after full time. Do subscribe so you don't miss them. And check out a video I'm doing tomorrow on, I think I'm going to do it on this kind of lack of identity because it's a real issue right now. And I think all the problems do stem from that. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. This will be posted as a video in about 10 seconds time. Go down there, leave a like on that one, and comment your thoughts down below. I really want to get involved, and I'll get in the comments replying to you. Thank you guys for the support, as always. I'll see you next one. Ta-da.